Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode. Today, we're diving deep into education in Europe. Europe is known for high educational standards, but it's not a monolith. Some countries face unique challenges impacting their education systems. Education is about empowering individuals and creating opportunities. Nestled in southeastern Europe, Albania presents a complex picture when it comes to education. While the country has made strides in recent years, it still grapples with limited access to higher education, particularly in rural areas. Imagine, for a moment, being a young person in a remote Albanian village. Your school might lack basic resources, and the nearest university could be miles away, making higher education feel like an impossible dream. Albania, like many countries in the region, faces high unemployment and poverty rates, making it difficult for families to afford even basic educational expenses. The result? Lower tertiary education enrollment and completion rates compared to the European average. But there's a growing awareness of these challenges, and efforts are underway to improve access to quality education across the country. Moving northwest, we arrive at Bosnia and Herzegovina, a nation still healing from past conflicts. The scars of war run deep, impacting the educational landscape. Limited funding, outdated infrastructure, and teacher shortages are hurdles faced by students. Amidst these difficulties, there's a resilient spirit. People are determined to rebuild and invest in education for a brighter future. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. Landlocked between Romania and Ukraine, Moldova faces its own set of educational hurdles. Economic hardship casts a long shadow over the nation, making it a challenge to adequately fund education. This lack of funding has led to a shortage of qualified teachers, outdated teaching materials, and a decline in the overall quality of education. But here's the real kicker. Even when students do manage to get a good education, many feel compelled to leave Moldova in search of better opportunities elsewhere. This brain drain deprives Moldova of its brightest minds, further hindering its development. It's a vicious cycle. Limited opportunities lead to emigration, which further limits opportunities. But despite these obstacles, grassroots initiatives are working to improve educational quality and create opportunities within Moldova. Our journey through the complexities of European education takes us next to North Macedonia. This small Balkan nation, like others in the region, grapples with economic difficulties and political instability, both of which impact its education system. Imagine being a student in North Macedonia, eager to learn, but facing a system grappling with limited resources, outdated infrastructure, and a shortage of qualified teachers. These challenges are compounded by disparities in access to education. Students in rural areas, often from marginalized communities, face even greater obstacles in accessing quality education. Despite these challenges, there's a glimmer of optimism. The government, along with civil society organizations, is working to address these disparities and create a more equitable education system for all. As we venture into the Balkans, we encounter Serbia, a country with a tale of two realities in education. Serbia boasts a tradition of academic excellence, but faces economic challenges and brain drain. Many seek employment abroad, leaving a void in key sectors. Efforts are underway to improve education and retain talent. Our exploration of Europe's educational landscape takes us to Kosovo, a young nation grappling with the legacy of conflict. Building a robust education system after war is challenging with limited resources and damaged infrastructure. The country struggles with lower literacy rates and limited access to quality education, especially in rural areas. Ethnic tensions complicate access, creating disparities in educational opportunities. Yet there's hope. The people of Kosovo recognize the power of education and invest in their children's future. Our journey through Europe's diverse educational landscape now takes us to Ukraine, a nation caught in the throes of conflict. Imagine trying to maintain a functioning education system amidst the chaos and destruction of war. The ongoing conflict has devastated education, damaging infrastructure, and displacing students and teachers. Millions of Ukrainian children have been forced to flee, disrupting their education. Despite these challenges, the Ukrainian spirit remains unbowed. Teachers are finding creative ways to educate their students. The international community is rallying in support, providing aid and resources. Nestled at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, Georgia faces its own unique set of educational challenges. Economic hardship casts a long shadow over the nation, making it a struggle to adequately fund education. This lack of funding has led to a shortage of qualified teachers, outdated teaching materials, and a decline in the overall quality of education, particularly in rural areas. These regional disparities in access to quality education perpetuate existing inequalities and limit the potential of Georgia's future generations. Despite these obstacles, Georgia has made significant progress in recent years, implementing reforms aimed at improving educational quality and increasing access for all children. It's a stark reminder that geography should not determine destiny when it comes to educational opportunity. Our exploration of European education takes us next to Montenegro, a small nation nestled along the stunning Adriatic coastline. While Montenegro boasts breathtaking natural beauty, it also faces economic difficulties that impact its education system. Imagine being a student in Montenegro, surrounded by stunning landscapes, but limited in your educational opportunities due to a lack of resources and funding. Access to higher education is particularly challenging, especially in rural areas where geographical isolation and economic hardship create significant barriers. This lack of access perpetuates a cycle of poverty and limits opportunities for upward mobility. But amidst these challenges, Montenegro is striving to improve its educational landscape. Efforts are underway to address regional disparities, improve the quality of teaching, and make higher education more accessible to all. Our final stop on this exploration of European education takes us to Belarus, a nation grappling with political and social complexities that cast a long shadow over its education system. While Belarus boasts high literacy rates, a closer look reveals a more nuanced picture. Imagine a country where access to information is tightly controlled, where critical thinking is discouraged, and where academic freedom is restricted. The political climate has created an environment of fear and self-censorship, limiting opportunities for open dialogue and the free exchange of ideas. This restriction on academic freedom stifles creativity, innovation, and critical thinking, hindering Belarus's ability to compete in a globalized world that values diverse perspectives and independent thought. While Belarus faces unique challenges, the desire for quality education and the pursuit of knowledge remains strong. So, there we have it. 10 countries, 10 unique sets of challenges, and yet, a common thread, the pursuit of quality education. While Europe generally maintains high educational standards, it's crucial to remember that these standards aren't evenly distributed. Addressing these disparities requires a multifaceted approach, one that tackles not just the symptoms, but the root causes. That means investing in economic development, promoting educational reforms, and providing targeted support for vulnerable populations. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content.